Similarly, right now, at this moment, all the sentient beings in the Holy Ghost, they are like that. How will you feel if you, see your, father and mother being beaten, being, their skin being taken off, they're being killed and cooked, then letting them carry lots of things, and then getting beaten on top of that? How will you feel? Similarly, in front of our eyes, how many animals are being killed, how many animals are being, their skin taken off, how many animals are being killed and cooked, how many animals are being given to work. In front of us, they are suffering right now, right at this moment. Similarly, the human realm also. The human realm visualization is, like the human realm, the God realm, and the demigod realm. These three realms are like we consider it. If you visualize, you should visualize that if your father, they are like your, father who is a blind, who is a blind, and who is walking towards a huge cliff. It's a very big cliff. And once they go down that cliff, they will never come back for a very, very long time. Similarly, all the, even though right now the human realm and the demigod realm, they are a little bit happy. Temporary happiness is there. Yet, they do not have the eye of the, they do not have the, like somebody, they do not have the eye of the Dharma to differentiate what is the good karma, to understand the different actions and result of karma. They don't have the eyes to see the Dharma. They don't have to see the, see what is correct and what is the wrong path. They do not know by doing this where will they go. So they don't, it's like an eye, blind, your father who is the blind. Similarly, many sentient there's nobody to guide them by hand, even if they are blind. It's like they don't know, many sentient beings have never met a great enlightened masters, like His Holiness or like any great masters. So there is nobody to guide them by hand. And then, the great cliff is that once, if they go on like this, even though they have a precious human life, they do not practice Dharma, they, go on accumulating, they are on killing others, abusing each other, harmful to each other, then their merit for human being realm born will finish. And then one day they will go into that big, cliff, which is the three lower realm, and once they stuck there, they will go down and down and down. For example, you are born into animal, you don't know what to do. You will automatically kill other animal. Then you will go down, and similarly go down, down, down. It takes a very, very long time before you to get another human rebirth, So that's why we should not be wasting this precious human rebirth, At the time of death, we should not have rebirth. So anyway, with that, sort of, comes the sixth realm, especially since the Avalokitesvara is, Buddha of great compassion, it is that sixth realm, visualization of sixth realm and your father, if they were suffering in front of you, how will you feel? This is practice very much recommended, for what do you call it, for yourself. And then, at the same time, understand not only understanding suffering, but also understanding the appreciating what your father has done, your mother has done for you. We call it the four great kindness. Which is first is how they kept the mothers kept in their womb for 9 months, brought you up till now you are like you're a very strong person. Before when you're born you are somebody you can keep in your palm, how fragile you are, how you don't even know to go to toilet, you don't even know say I want food, with loving kindness how they brought you up, to remember the kindness. And the second is kindness of great difficulty, with how much difficulty, how much hard work, how much of negative karma. The father, mother, they do business, they bring the children up, with how much difficulty. Then the fact that they've given you life, because even when you're born, if you just leave you will die. You know. Then the last one is we say the benefit of showing how to survive in the samsara. That means right now we are very educated, we can talk in international setting, yes. Alright, when we come we don't even know how to talk. So how does our parents work hard, even if they have money, they want some good clothes, they don't buy because they want to first priorities to the children. So they work hard, make the children have good education, everything. Now can not only can talk but can be equal in the world with everybody. That is also because of your present life, times kindness. First of all, you have to generate a great appreciation and loving and say that I must, make my parents happy. Temporarily happy by, loving them, being kind to them. But the ultimate happiness enlightened I must give to my this life parent. When you have a strong loving and kindness to your this life parent, then you can understand that, Similarly, as I love my parents, I have to love my parents, all sentient beings of my past life, because they have been similarly loving kind to me. So when they are falling in the pit, how can I ignore them and just go only for myself? I cannot. Then the real sort of bodhicitta will come. That's why there was a talk that there's a story that before there was one monk, he went to the master. Then master said that, do you miss your mother? He said, no, I do not miss my mother now. I'm very happy in the retreat. I do not miss my mother. Then the master said, oh, very sad. Tomorrow you must go back and meet your mother and appreciate how much she has done for you. Because if you cannot appreciate and love your present life mother, you will never be able to generate the great bodhicitta for the all sentient beings. It's very difficult. It is very, very difficult. It is very difficult. Anyway, when you are visualizing any Buddha, actually, whether it's Amitayu, or you can visualize the three light coming, it is always Om, white Om, red R, and blue Om. Or if you are not good in visualizing, you can use white circle, red circle, and blue circle. The three circles. It is blue, Yeah. Thank you. And many people sometimes ask how to develop devotion. Actually, the true devotion comes through the practice. And the true devotion is when you understand nature of your mind, when you understand the true nature of the Guru is inseparable from your mind. That is the time the most genuine, most perfect of devotion will come. But that devotion cannot be achieved by ordinary people. I think when you have that true devotion, I think you are at least, I would say, Bodhisattva of first blooming. So for us ordinary people, how to generate devotion is always the history of the lineage master. That is what, if you really want to understand the Drupa lineage, the masters, you must go to the, I would say, like for His Holiness website, the drupa.org. There is from the Vajradhara till His Holiness 12 Gyalwang Drupa, the masters' biography are there. Through the biography, then you will understand that, from where they manifested, what are their paths. Then, the beginner's devotion will come through understanding the lineage master's history. So that's if you can understand the entire Drupa lineage history, very good. If not, at least about from the Vajradhara till His Holiness Gyalwang Drupa, as it is in the website, that is the most important thing. If you understand that, then the devotion will automatically arise. For example, all the Gyalwang Drupas, right now is on Gyalwang Drupa 12, have whenever they were, expired, when they go into parinirvana, when they cremated, all of them have, Avalokitesvara in their heart or in part of their body. All of them. Even the 10 Gyalwang Drupa, which is not that long ago, because the 11 Gyalwang Drupa lived only till 30 years because of people's negative karma. But the 10 Gyalwang Drupa, who was just I think maybe let's say about 60 or 70 years ago, when he expired also, in his heart, they found Avalokitesvara, the two-armed Avalokitesvara in his heart. So when you understand these things, in the beginning of the devotion, understand who this precious master is, how lucky we are to have this precious master, then then the need to practice the Dharma is very important. Because I tell people, some people are very amazed that if there's a relic, the step arising relic, it's so amazing, But I always feel it. I always tell others that when you see the master's relic and you feel devotion and you cry and you pray, it's too late. Then the master's already gone, That's the time maybe, what will you get? You pray, you will get a blessing maybe, You will get a long life maybe, but you will not get enlightenment, Not immediately. Right now when the master is alive, receive teaching, practice it, Make sure that, you don't have anything to regret in many, many lives to come in the future. So that's why, the most important is appreciating and practicing when the precious master is here and following his command and following the path he has shown.